Every year, millions of people around the world start their morning with the same sweet ritual: spreading strawberry jam on warm bread. The global jam industry makes over 2 million tons of it every year, and strawberry remains the top favorite in almost every country. It's a product so simple on the surface, yet behind that bright red spoonful lies a process powered by robots, science, and decades of refinement. From farms filled with ripe berries to machines that can cook, cool, and seal a jar in seconds, every part of its journey is precise and fascinating, and we will uncover all of it here at the Process World. Long before jam jars lined supermarket shelves, people were already trying to hold on to the taste of ripe fruit. Ancient Greeks and Romans discovered that cooking fruit with honey kept it edible for longer. And that simple trick set the stage for the modern jam we know today. Centuries later, as sugar became easier to get in Europe, the art of jam making exploded, especially in France and England, where cooks began simmering strawberries in copper pots until their kitchens filled with a sweet, fruity aroma. Strawberry jam quickly became a favorite for its bright color, smooth texture, and rich flavor that felt like summer in every bite. Over time, what started as a simple preservation method turned into a global craft, perfected by factories that now make thousands of jars a day. But how do they do it? Every great jar of strawberry jam starts with one thing: healthy, vibrant strawberries. In modern farms and greenhouses, these fruits are grown under carefully controlled conditions. Farmers or automated systems plant the young seedlings in soil that's rich in nutrients and perfectly balanced in moisture. Robots or irrigation systems make sure every plant gets just the right amount of water, keeping the roots hydrated and the fruit developing evenly. As the plants mature, they're constantly monitored for temperature, light, and humidity. This close attention helps the berries grow firm, red, and full of natural sweetness, the kind of fruit that gives jam its signature flavor. Even the smallest details, like how much sunlight the plants receive, affect the final taste. When the strawberries finally turn a deep, glossy red, it's harvest time. This is where precision meets care. In some modern farms, robotic harvesters glide through the rows, using cameras and sensors to spot the ripest berries. Their mechanical arms gently grip each strawberry by the stem and make a clean cut, keeping the fruit perfectly intact. In other farms, skilled workers do the job by hand, selecting only the fully matured berries and leaving the smaller ones to ripen a little longer. Timing here is everything. Strawberries are delicate, and they have to be picked at just the right stage to get the best taste and texture. Too early and the flavor won't develop. Too late, and the fruit softens too much for jam production. Each berry is carefully placed into trays or containers to avoid bruising during transport. From here, they're quickly sent to the factory to keep their freshness intact. Once the strawberries arrive at the factory, the real transformation begins. Every batch is first weighed to make sure the quantity matches what was sent from the farm. Then comes the sorting stage, where workers and machines work side by side. Conveyor belts move the strawberries under bright lights, while automated cameras scan for bruises, discoloration, or any signs of damage. The goal is simple: only the freshest and cleanest berries make it through. Next, the strawberries go through a special step called hulling. This is where robotic tools neatly remove the green caps from each fruit without damaging the rest of it. It's a small detail, but an important one, since it keeps the texture smooth and prevents bitterness in the final product. Every strawberry that passes inspection is a little piece of quality control, firm, red, and ready for processing. By the end of this stage, thousands of strawberries have been sorted, cleaned, and prepared to the highest standards. But before any strawberry is turned into jam, it has to be spotless. You see, fresh fruit straight from the farm often carries traces of soil, dust, and tiny insects from the fields. That's why factories use a two-step washing system to make sure every berry is completely clean and safe to eat. In the first stage, strawberries go through a gentle water bath combined with soft vibrations. This loosens dirt and removes anything resting on the surface without damaging the fruit's skin. Then comes the second wash, a more advanced cleaning step. Here, fine sprays or misting systems coat the strawberries with sanitizing solutions like chlorine dioxide. This step helps eliminate bacteria and any leftover pesticide residues, making the fruit perfectly hygienic for production. Once washed, the berries move along conveyor lines where excess water is carefully drained. Workers perform one final inspection to make sure every strawberry looks fresh and flawless. At the end of this process, what started as farm-picked fruit now shines with a clean, natural gloss. Each strawberry is ready to take on its next role in the jam-making process, pure, safe, and full of flavor waiting to be unlocked. After the strawberries are perfectly cleaned, some of them are sent straight into freezing units. This step helps factories maintain a steady supply of high-quality fruit throughout the year. Freezing doesn't harm the flavor or texture when done correctly. It actually locks in the freshness right after harvest. Inside these large industrial freezers, the temperature drops rapidly, turning the soft fruit firm within minutes. This quick process, known as flash freezing, prevents ice crystals from forming inside the berries and keeps their natural sweetness and color intact. Once frozen, the strawberries are packed into airtight containers or sealed bags to keep out moisture and air. These frozen batches can be stored for months without losing their quality, which is especially important when fresh harvests are out of season. When the factory needs to produce a new batch of jam, the frozen fruit is thawed carefully so it tastes just as fresh as the day it was picked. This smart method ensures that every jar of strawberry jam delivers that same bright, fruity flavor, no matter what time of year it's made. After all that, now the real transformation starts. The clean, ripe strawberries are moved into large stainless steel kettles where they're gently crushed into a soft pulp. This step helps release the natural juices that will blend with the other ingredients. Next comes one of the most important parts, adding sugar. The amount is carefully measured to balance sweetness and help preserve the jam for a long shelf life. Then comes pectin, a natural thickening agent found in fruits. Strawberries don't contain much pectin on their own, so a little extra is added to help the jam set perfectly once it cools. Some factories also include a small amount of citric acid to bring out that bright, fruity taste and protect the color from fading. Once everything is in, powerful mixers begin turning the thick blend until the ingredients are completely combined. The entire mixture slowly starts to take on a deep red glow as sugar dissolves and the fruit breaks down evenly. Every movement inside those kettles is monitored by temperature sensors to make sure the mix is consistent and smooth. This careful preparation sets the stage for the next big step. With all the ingredients ready, the strawberry mixture is heated in large industrial kettles that operate under strict temperature control. The goal here is to remove excess water and concentrate the flavors without burning or overcooking the fruit. As the heat builds, the mix begins to thicken and the natural sugars start to caramelize slightly, giving the jam its rich, deep color and aroma. During this process, constant stirring keeps the texture smooth and prevents the fruit from sticking to the sides. Technicians monitor every detail using digital sensors to check the temperature and sugar concentration, also known as the Brix level. For strawberry jam, the ideal range is around 60 to 65 degrees Brix. The sweet spot for perfect spreadability, a small sample is taken occasionally to test how well the jam sets when cooled. This simple test confirms whether the texture will hold up once it's jarred and sealed. Once the mixture reaches that balance of sweetness, thickness, and shine, the heat is turned down and the jam is ready for the next stage. This cooling stage helps the flavor settle and the texture becomes smoother. The jam is transferred into large stainless steel tanks where it's gently stirred to release trapped air bubbles and even out its consistency. As it cools, the pectin that was added earlier starts to work its magic, giving the jam that perfect gel-like structure without making it too thick. Technicians carefully monitor both the temperature and texture, ensuring it's neither too runny nor overly firm. The goal is a silky, spreadable finish that holds together nicely on a spoon. Before moving to the filling line, the jam goes through one final check for clarity, color, and thickness. Any uneven bits are filtered out, leaving behind a clean, glossy jam base that's ready to be poured into jars. In this stage, the jam base moves to the filling section of the factory, so it's the place where precision meets speed. Conveyor belts carry rows of freshly washed glass jars that line up neatly under automated filling machines. Each jar receives the exact same amount of jam, poured at a carefully controlled temperature to maintain smooth texture and proper sterilization. The hot fill process is crucial because it helps prevent any bacterial growth and ensures the jam stays fresh for a long time. After filling, the jars glide toward the capping station. Metal lids are automatically placed and tightly sealed within seconds, creating an airtight lock that protects the jam from moisture and air. The sealed jars then pass through a quick cooling system or water bath that brings the temperature down safely while keeping the seal firm. Once cooled, the jars are washed on the outside to remove any sticky traces from the filling process, leaving them clean and ready for labeling and packaging. The labeling section is fully automated, where rows of jars pass through machines that wrap them with branded stickers. Each label carries the factory's logo, ingredients list, expiration date, and batch number. It's not just about looks, it's also about information and traceability. The process is fast, clean, and incredibly precise, ensuring every jar looks identical. Next comes packaging. The labeled jars are carefully grouped into sets and placed in sturdy cartons or shrink-wrap trays for transport. Some factories even produce mini jam portions, those small single-serve packs you see in hotels or cafes. Each one is filled with the same quality jam, sealed tight to keep its flavor intact. Before shipping, the cartons are stacked on pallets and moved into storage areas that maintain a cool, dry environment. Every box is scanned and logged for distribution, making sure it reaches stores in perfect condition. By the end of this stage, what started as fresh strawberries in the field now stands ready for the world. Dressed, labeled, and packed with the promise of sweetness in every spoonful. After the jam is sealed and labeled, it's packed into cartons and loaded onto trucks headed for supermarkets, restaurants, and export hubs. Now, after seeing how much work goes into one jar, do you think homemade jam could ever compete with factory perfection? Comment down below, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos like this one.